mind changed.
Good evening. It's Damage Does D&D. Welcome back to Wednesday night. A bit of a departure for us. We're playing part 2 of the Jubilee games. Hopefully you caught part 1. If not, it is on YouTube, I believe. Yes, it is on our channel. Check it out. And you might have caught Role-Playing Gamers' almost constant barrage of Freddie Mercury on Instagram. It's worth checking out if you haven't seen it. It's very funny clips. So, without further ado, I will hand over to the DM's DM. He's so good, the DMs want to be in his game. Martin, all yours, my man.
Or the DM, not quite good enough that doesn't get his own campaign.
Oh, the tiny violins are out.
Either way, you can decide.
Freddie Mercury is not proficient in violin, but could he perhaps play a lament on the bagpipes?
Or
Pack of the gnome bards.
Or some blues harmonica.
Freddie Mercury is proficient with bagpipes, but doesn't own a pair.
Good. I'm so glad about that.
I had one more proficiency and I'm like, bagpipes.
Wide.
Always good. So, take it away, Martin. Go for it.
Oh, last time, the 3 champions before us were invited to join the Jubilee Games in celebration of the King's 50th year on the throne. Things happened. The games started pretty promptly upon arrival, whether it was a capture the flag event, and Hopscotch managed to make a fool of everyone else by just walking to victory.
Playing Hopscotch with the entire map.
But
Keep you up my namesake.
victory was earned. The group went back to the champions resort and mingled a little bit and enjoyed some entertainment and got up on stage and danced and gambled and had a thoroughly wonderful time. There was a minor incident with the beating of a member of staff.
A Minotaur incident.
A Minotaur incident.
Yes, there was.
But that was resolved with some trickery from his friends.
Yeah.
To pay him with his own money.
We've done that before.
The rest of the band, yeah.
Yeah. And then we went to bed. So we pick up in the morning of day 2.
Mm-hmm.
Where you are woken in your own rooms at your own leisure. The smells of breakfast come wafting through the doors.
Drink!
Hopscotch is one of those really, really infuriating people that no matter how much she drinks, she doesn't have a hangover in the morning. So she's up and at 'em and ready.
Yeah, I've known a few people that have made that claim. Turns out they just don't drink that much.
Or they're secretly satyrs.
They could be that.
There, I'm up being obnoxious.
Okay. Hearing the obnoxiousness coming from Hopscotch's room, Feather Jack will venture to the doorway. Little groggily, he's a little hungover. Drink!
So, to remind, the 3 bedrooms of yours are side by side on the ground floor.
Okay, I will go and open the door to Hopscotch's room. I won't knock, I'll just open the door. Poke my head and go, drink!
Morning, Jack.
Drink!
Yes, we should go for breakfast very soon.
I will walk round to Freddie's door, open the door.
The door will open, as Freddie would not have felt the need to barricade it in any way, shape or form. Probably didn't even feel the need to lock it. There's
No.
probably even a very poorly written note, which is like, come on in, if I'm asleep, jump on anyway.
Jack will do exactly that. Having read the note, normally does what Freddie says, or Hopscotch. But he's fairly well controlled.
Pretty impressionable. Mm-hmm.
runs over and jumps on top of Freddy and starts jumping up and down going, drink, drink, drink.
If it hadn't been for the sudden cries of drink, 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 Freddy might have been confused as to who had hopped on, but there's no confusing that greeting. Freddy just very slowly sits up. There is, I'd like to say,
Jack
that there
topples
is
off the
a
bed.
pair of pantaloons hanging from one of the horns, part of the previous night's conquest, maybe, depending on whether the DM allows. And he'd just be like, "You right, Jack? What is the crack for this morning? Think they can have more imaginative team names than Team 3?
Drink,
Sounds like a plan."
feck,
And after a couple, hairy
drink,
dog,
feck.
all that. Okay. Well, I'll get the drinks in. You get the ladies in, and we'll have a party.
That would be an ecumenical matter.
You know, I don't mess around with that. Each to their own, live and let live, etc.
Jack turns and walks back out, just following the smells of breakfast,
I'm already kind of skipping down the hallways.
following the skipping.
So you head back towards the bar, which isn't too far, and you can see down one side there's a buffet table laid out, not far from the kitchen, and there's a few people sort of coming out and checking things and topping things off, and there's a couple of spare tables, and there is the lizard folk chap is behind the bar.
Okay. Jack will go along the buffet, taking one thing off a plate, putting it back, and taking the rest of the plate. By the time he gets to the end of the buffet, he's got as many plates as he can carry. He goes to the table and puts them down and goes to the bar.
Freddy, as he's making his way, his leisurely way to the dining hall, will be singing "Hot dog, bacon roll, I want turkey." And if you can recognise the band, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I wish I hadn't.
Prefab Sprout, one of the best
God.
names. Yeah, and probably will claim the remaining item off the buffet table if Jack's taking everything else.
Yeah, there's like one thing left on each plate, all the way down the buffet table.
Are there hot dogs, bacon rolls, or turkey?
Might be some
On the
jumping
buffet.
frogs, who knows?
There's definitely bacon rolls.
So
Well, there's one bacon roll left.
Freddy will make sure he gets the last bacon roll.
Okay. The rest of the bacon rolls are on the table that Jack has claimed.
I'm sat at that table just kind of taking things off of Jack's plate.
That's fine. Plates, plural. There's a lot of plates there.
Of course.
Jack would go to the bar, find the lizard folk. Drink!
Yeah.
Drink!
Just right. He's just gonna pour you a beer.
Yep. Walks off. Back to the table. Drink!
Is there like a big canteen of coffee or something that Freddy could remove the entirety of?
Yeah, they'll be next to the buffet table. You've been in
So
hotels.
without thinking about it, he just like grab the handle of whatever it is, cauldron, pot, or whatever, and just take all the coffee with him to the table as well.
Yeah, Jack's not interested in coffee. He's not really interested in the food. He just thought, he knows
Why not?
Freddy's a big eater.
I will see the coffee and my eyes will just go wide.
Feck!
They have coffee.
Is
They
there a
have coffee. They
chance
have coffee.
if
They have coffee.
Hopscotch
They have
drinks
coffee.
enough coffee that she might accidentally jump into an alternate plane of reality?
It is possible.
Freddie, did you bring me a cup? Did you bring me a cup? Did you bring me a cup? Did you bring me a cup?
Feck!
Freddy would just bring the whole cauldron or whatever it is of coffee over and just stick it on the table.
Jack will go and get a cup. Give it to Hopscotch. The smallest cup I can find.
I'll take it. Just dunk it in, just just to get myself some coffee. Sip it, and there's just kind of that buzzing
Yeah,
from
Hopscotch is
Hopscotch.
now a
and
blur.
Yeah, she's not able to sit still. She's constantly moving and just devouring breakfast.
Good stuff. So, yeah, the three of you make nuisances of yourselves again.
Absolutely.
And yeah, the morning passes. There's not really much going on. Sort of more breakfast gets brought out if you wanted to steal all of that as well. But
No, no,
Coffee,
no,
more
no.
coffee.
I've got all the things that I wanted to get. The other teams, I'm assuming they've all got a lot of table each.
pretty much
Okay, cool. So how many other teams are there? There was
three other
three
teams.
other teams. Well, we've met one of them, the Team 2 or whatever they were called.
Team 3.
Team 3 was it? Okay, cool. These names get very complicated. I can't remember them all.
They do each have actual names, but you can refer to them as Team 3 if you want.
I thought
That's how they were introduced to us when
Yeah,
we
Team
got
3.
assigned our first.
the big king
competition.
dude said that Team 3, so that's what Jack believes. Generally tends to
Right.
believe the first thing he hears. So not Team 3. I want to go over to one of the other teams.
Okay.
First, I'm going to go to the bar and I want to buy 3 bottles of whiskey. I'm just going to point and go, drink, drink, drink.
And he gets down the bottles and starts to pour like
Drink.
okay.
And I'll take them over to Team 1, whatever Team 1 is called.
Team 1, okay. There's a group. There are 2 humans and an elf.
Okay. I'll put the 3 bottles down in front of each person. One in front of each person. Drink! And take my tankard of beer and drink.
Not,
Drink!
oh, right. And the elf just has a quick. And then the other 2 sort of following suit, each tentatively take a sip. Can we help you?
Drink!
Yes. I'm no, thank you.
Drink.
Does anybody? She's sort of calling out to the room. Does anybody know him?
I'm suddenly behind Jack, looking at them. Hello, this is my friend Jack. I'm Hopscotch. What's your names?
You say more than drink. That's good.
Fuck!
I'm Tracy, Carissa, Benalis.
Tracy Carissa Benales. Tracy Carissa. Okay. I'm Hopscotch. This is Jack and Freddy's over there.
Right.
Drink!
Which team are you?
Doodles.
The Doolittle.
Right. Okay. You won yesterday.
Yes, it was fun jumping over things. I don't know why they were there, but I was jumping over them.
Go!
Well, unfortunately, we didn't win, but maybe we'll be facing off with you today.
Maybe.
Drink!
That'd be fun. Is there any more coffee? I need more coffee.
Have you had enough?
Fuck!
Not enough. Never enough.
Maybe just ask Chisk at the bar.
Okay. And I'll just run towards the bar and just faceplant as the coffee just wears off.
I will just turn around and walk back and sit next to Freddy.
Freddy at this point is attempting to look dainty with coffee mug, sip, and eating something, just trying to look dignified as he just devours the mountain of food and cauldron of coffee.
So you're eating very daintily, but just continuously.
So you know how a normal person would like grab a a bacon roll and maybe take 3 or 4 bites. Freddy picks one up, whole bacon roll, scoops a load of coffee in a cup, and then the whole cup in one go. So he's basically necking a mug of coffee at each time and eating a whole bacon roll or whatever each time. But he's at least trying to look the part. He's not a stranger to having done gigs at up-class joints. So he's trying to look like he belongs there. Maybe a little bit sorrowful for how things got out of hand last night. He still believes he did the right thing in making sure the band got paid, because, you know, bands get stiff. People don't appreciate the live music scene. However, he's not in performer mode. He's in keep your head down, you're somewhere posh mode.
Fair enough.
Is there any... Sorry, carry on.
I was just going to say, you haven't seen Ozil around this morning, who's the guy that you hit. Yeah. You have seen the other one, the younger girl, Siki. She's been around, but hasn't tried to make any contact with you three.
Freddie would not have done it. This is a breakfast buffet. Like, he's not going to start being the guy that's like, I would like eggs done specially and some salmon with a face left on. He's just eating, kind of keeping himself to himself.
Oh, Jack wouldn't have taken any eggs or any chicken or poultry at all.
To be fair, Freddie Mercury would be largely concerned with hot dogs, bacon baps, and turkey if it was there. Hence the singing.
There would have been no turkey that Jack took off the plates.
If it is only bacon rolls, he's just sat there eating the bacon rolls.
It's a hotel breakfast, so you've got your full English and then you've got your continental section. So there's probably a pile of pastries on the table as well.
Awesome.
Freddie and cutlery don't always go particularly well together. So he largely eats things that he can pick up and eat without cutlery if he can avoid it. So bacon rolls, pastries, anything like that, you can just pick it up, chuck it in his mouth, job done.
Those tiny pots of yogurt that you just shot.
Yeah.
You just I just see him squeezing it.
Freddie does have an interesting relationship with dairy products, in that tends to avoid them more often than not because, you know, could be some skanky chick's milk that's made the cheese, etc. Do you know what I mean? It's a different relationship. You know, it's like if I said, "Oh, look, I've got some breast milk for you," most people would be like, "Why would I be drinking breast milk?" Freddie kind of approaches all dairy in the same approach.
Sorry, I've just tweaked the cow.
Yeah, you just got. I'm saying the cow thing. Yeah, because he's mine.
Yeah.
So he doesn't look down upon people or anything like that, but he would just be like, so black coffee, wouldn't eat. I can't believe I'm even saying this, but wouldn't eat cheese. This is definitely not an opinion that I, as a person, support wholly. But being in character, he would just be like, pass the cheese around the table, all that sort of stuff. Not a big fan of beef, but, you know, pork, turkey, chicken.
I'm a big fan of beef.
Not eating it. He loves a bit of beef, but not in a sandwich. Now, actually, he loves being in a big old beefy sandwich. But do you know what I mean? Anyway.
Yeah, we've successfully wandered down that alleyway again, haven't we?
We're there already.
And got mugged. Yeah, I was doing my best to save that for later.
You resisted very well. We're all very proud of you.
We almost made it to 8 o'clock.
So close, so close.
Good job we don't have a watershed on Twitch.
Exactly.
Whilst those two are being, you know, fine and dandy, I'm just going to crawl my...
Jack is just like pecking at the pastries. Just to sort of break them up a bit. He doesn't really understand cutlery, so...
There's probably a large spray of pastry crumbs.
Yeah, there's flake.
Freddie, to be honest.
All of that.
There's flake shrapnel everywhere.
No, there isn't, because Jack's having it all.
Yeah.
We're a good combo. You know, we're very tidy in our own way.
I'm gonna climb up the stool next to me to kind of climb onto the bar and look at Chisk and say, "Too much coffee, needs something fix."
True.
I didn't hear. Sorry.
Bathroom.
Uh,
Water?
yes. Yes. Where?
Back towards rooms. All right.
Thank you. I'm just going to stagger my way down there and take a long shower to actually wake myself up after caffeine crashing.
So I'm just going to nudge Freddie and go, girl, drink.
Can't handle caffeine.
So as you're going for a shower, with the bathrooms sort of next to that area, probably never see it, but your three bedrooms. Then there's the bathroom. This is sort of the hallway through to the main bar.
Awesome.
I meant to make this in some way on Roll20 so I could at least show you, but and then this other room is where you came last night for a spa plus goodies.
So yeah, I'm going to fix my caffeine crash and return when I am awake.
Yeah. There's also showers, some basic ones in the sort of bathroom area. But there's some nicer stuff in the spa if you wanted to go in there. The other two, you just hanging out in there?
Yeah, just hanging out. I just want to watch the other teams, see what they're up to.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Sure. Perception, you say? 21.
21. Okay. So the other three teams are still there, although there's at least one member gone from each of them. So team 3, as you know them, is just the one person sat there, the fire genasi that you'd seen. Just sort of sat there having a quiet coffee. The other two have got 2 team members left each. The others have sort of walked down the same corridor that Hopscotch has gone down.
Okay.
2 of them from the team that you'd gone to speak to earlier, or you'd gone to drink to, those bottles are still sat pretty much untouched on that table.
Okay. I'll wander across and take them.
As you do, they don't acknowledge you. If anything, there's a kind of don't make eye contact type thing after the awkwardness.
Oh, I'm completely ignoring them. I'm just taking the bottles, and I'll go to the other team where there's 2 of them.
But yeah, the conversation as you're sort of approaching and leaving is just about, I wonder what today's game's going to be, and should we strategize before, and that sort of thing. It's just very...
Go to the other team where there's 2 of them.
The other team, there's a half-elf and a furbolg sat there.
I will plonk 2 of the bottles down. Hold the third up. Drink!
The large furbolg says, "Oh, I don't drink, thank you," and slides it back.
I will take the bottle back. Feck! Concentrate on the other one. Drink!
She turns to the furbolg and go on, just try, and necks a little bit, and then tries to hand it to her mate, who sort of just pushes it away like, "No, thank you."
Jack disapproves greatly.
I see.
Takes the bottle, looks at the one that did drink and tried to make her mate drink and go, Feck! Jack disapproves. Peer pressure is not fun. And Jack takes all 3 bottles back to Freddie and says, tug, tug, tug. Drink!
Freddie's just going to nod at Jack and go, nice. What happens next?
Next!
Crash! No, the door, a door opens firmly, and pacing through is the prince. And he looks around for a second, and he spots you, and he comes straight for you.
Nice. Here we go. Cool.
Jack will say, stand up, take him on, go, drink!
And he doesn't look at you. He barely breaks pace. He just sort of walks towards your table and then curves around. And as he does, he points at you and says, "You now." And he walks off into the lounge.
I'll follow him.
Okay.
Freddy is going to blink.
Jack's already
Go.
gone.
I'm always now. Now is the only time we have.
Uh-oh, Freddy's got all philosophical.
A brown cow.
Yeah, Jack sort of
he
clutching
will
a
get
bottle.
up and slowly follow the prince. He's not going to rush, but he's just going to, like, completely bewildered. He has no idea that as far as he's concerned, still he's done nothing wrong.
Awesome.
And as soon as he gets into the room with the prince, he will close the door quietly behind him, turn to the prince and be like, "I'm glad you showed up because I do have, I wouldn't say a bone to pick, but
You shut your mouth.
feedback."
Shut it.
Freddy's not intimidated by that at all.
What?
Hey,
He
whoa,
doesn't-
whoa, whoa! Like, your staff were well out of order last night. I don't think there's any reason to talk to me like that.
Whatever happened last night does not matter, except the fact that you assaulted the staff.
Self-defense, my friend. He threatened me.
You are gone. Do you hear me? You're out.
Out of where?
Out of the tournament.
Why?
I want you to get your bags and go.
Why? Your fella threatened me when I'm just trying to make sure the band gets paid.
The band was nothing to do with you.
I played the whole bloody night. As de facto leader of the band, I made sure they got paid. Ask them. I made sure they got paid.
Ooh, great. So you are delusional then. Okay.
Now I'm a minotaur.
That says a lot. Do you need assistance in packing your bags?
No?
Drink!
I think that was you. Go on then.
That would be an ecumenical matter.
Alright, let me see. What have I got? What have I got?
And I'm going to cast banishment.
Are you?
Presumably on the prince.
Yeah?
Or on Freddy.
Ooh, actually,
I mean...
the prince!
Just making sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what some of my things do.
Is that a
It
charisma?
is a saving throw. It's a charisma saving throw, yes.
13.
13, that's a fail. It's 15 he needed. It's the prince has now vanished to another plane of existence. The target is incapacitated. Remains there until the spell ends, which is we've got up to a minute.
Well, I got suggestion that I could pull out, but I'm just trying to gauge exactly what I can get.
Okay, so I'll just turn to Freddy and go, Vic!
Very quickly, I'm just gonna be like, don't know what his problem is, but
I should point at the door and go, girl?
yeah, check she's not got lost in the shower. I'll talk to the prince when he comes back. Don't worry.
I'll just sort of wander off and find Hopscotch. Vic!
I was going to in a bit.
Vic!
Freddy has got someone in his bed again?
Feck.
What's Freddy done?
Feck.
Oh, I'm gonna quickly kind of scrabble and dry myself off and get my my gear back on and head out of the showers.
I shall lead Hopscotch back to the room, which probably means
Follow
the
Jack.
prince has reappeared. Unless, of course, he's not native to this plane, then he will just...
Oh. He is, and he does reappear.
Okay, good. That was good. I did well.
Confused and even angrier.
Can you make a wisdom save?
That's better. 28.
Oh, fuck you. Okay, so that doesn't work.
I rolled a 3 on the first and a 19 on the second.
Go!
But I presume he would know
Feck.
that you've tried to cast that him.
Well, I mean, in for a penny, in for a pound. I'm going to give it a second cast as well. So can we have a second wisdom save?
And... no, it's okay. Go.
Yeah, with me 2 tick. Okay, so a second wisdom save. 27.
And a third one, please.
This time, seeing that Freddy keeps casting the same thing, I'm going to cast Bane on the prince.
Before, because he's been cast out twice in a row now.
Yeah.
So before either of you get a chance to do that, I'll have the 3 of you, if Hopscotch go as well.
I'm looking kind of oblivious.
Yeah, Jack's tried to explain that, Freddy's about to get us kicked out of the games.
Yeah.
As
just
best
me,
as
I
I could
believe.
understand.
Not the whole team, just me from what I can gather.
Yeah, it was just going to be Freddy, I think.
We
We are a team.
So yeah, I'll have the 3 of you make wisdom saves, please.
Is this against a spell
Yes.
or a magical effect? Okay.
Wisdom save, you say? Okay, 23.
Okay.
Wisdom
Cleric.
save. 2.
17.
17 fails, but yes,
I'm all right, Jack.
your name, Jack. You managed to shrug it off, but the other 2 of you are paralyzed as a whole person is cast upon you.
We speak whilst whole person's on?
The whole person's... So,
Oh, if paralysed, can't move or speak.
Yeah.
I just have a
can't
confused
visit.
look on my face.
I should just turn to the prince and go, Feck!
I personally am just trying to get to grips with what's going to happen.
Yeah, we...
Is this the end of the Jubilee? Like, are we dead now? Is that
very
like the end?
shortly, yes. Which is fine.
See, I got the whole these boots were made for walking. I was going to make him walk for 8 hours, and then the spell would wear off, and he'd have an 8-hour walk back. So we'd essentially get 16 hours of peace. But no fucking wisdom saving. Come on,
Feck!
DM, hit me.
Drink! I've still got the bottle.
Yeah, he takes the bottle from you. Bastard. I'm going to drop the spell. Jack, is it? Please
Drink.
close the doors. Then the 3 of us will sit down and have a conversation.
Freddy would react, but he's
The 4 of us will sit down and have a conversation.
Feck!
I mean, you could discount Freddy from that list. To be
I
fair,
will go across and shut the door. I just hold up a finger and go and point at the prince. Feck! Girl! Point at Hopscotch. Feck! Point at Freddy and go.
You're going to keep me held? You're going to suggest that I don't take part
That's
in the
what I'm trying to
conversation?
intimate. Whether that works or not, I
mean,
don't know.
I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea in the grand scheme of things.
It was kind of Jack's kind of wants to look after you, so without...
To be fair, Freddie is just going to stand his ground of being, I got up, I played, I was
Freddie
playing and
is
singing,
just
that
going to
makes me
say
band
stand
leader.
his
I
delusional
asked
ground,
about-
yes.
I asked about paying. Nobody would give me a straight answer. One guy threatened me. I defended myself. I then got paid. Jack gave me the money. I then divvied up amongst the band. I went to bed. No problem caused. I wasn't the cause of the problem. It was your staff being rude.
Yeah. I'm going to intimate that the prince not drop the spell on Freddie just yet.
I agree. That is probably the wisest course of action.
I will.
He might
Just-
have to roll an intelligence check to work out if he can work out what I'm trying to say, because I'm not very bright.
I rolled insight for it, and he's picked up on what you're putting down.
And then I point to Feck! Wait! Drink! Girl!
So, and he goes in because you are in the lounge, so there's some nice, comfy leather chairs, and there's a sofa. Does it? Or no, he spins a chair around to face a sofa.
Okay.
And he sits down in the solo chair in a non-aggressive way.
Okay.
So he doesn't perform the Ryker maneuver then.
No.
Not the right sort of chair. He'd be doing the split.
His falsetto would come in right nice, though.
Freddie would
So
be heartbroken. He couldn't harmonise with that. Anyway, I'm going to turn my mic off so I don't interrupt.
So he gestures to you, Jack, and then to the chair.
And I'll go over and look at the sofa and then look back at him and go, drink!
Sit.
Sit!
And then he just kind of looks at Hopscotch. So, please sit.
Has the spell been dropped on me then?
As he says that, he drops it on you. Yeah.
What's going on? Ow.
Girl! Drink! Drink!
Okay. And I'll kind of lean my spear up against the wall and then go and sit down. What's happening?
I was trying to talk to your friend about what happened last night, and he got unreasonable again, from what I hear.
Yeah. Freddy can get a bit... Yeah.
Feck!
When
Right.
I told him to pack his bags and leave, one of these, I'm not sure which, banished me. It's a bell that sends me away for a bit.
I don't know. They both do magic. I just poke things.
And now I am very upset.
Makes sense.
So, let's make a deal.
Deal!
On one hand, I could have you all removed from the premises. On one wing, I could have you all removed from the premises. Maybe have you killed. At least ruin your lives.
Jack just sort of looks around at the three of us. Feck? Just sort of, what the fuck are you talking about? Look at us.
On the other wing, I could allow you to stay and to compete, and you can do something for me.
What?
That you will find out when I need something.
That sounds suspicious.
Doesn't have to be.
Feck. But. Feck. Hey.
We're quite good at that. Though
You're gonna go kill
most
some
Like,
Roman.
Jack wants to know if you want us to kill people for you.
that might be something that I ask you to do. It might be something else.
That would be an ecumenical matter.
Hmm.
But
Possibly.
you could understand him when you listen to him enough. It's the way he says the words.
Feck. Go. Feck.
He says you're smart or something. He's smiling. Is that right? Okay, good. I'm getting there.
Getting
Now.
there.
If I release your friend, actually, Jordan, I mean, it's whole person, so you would get the opportunity to repeat your save at certain intervals. So roll me one now.
11.
And remember,
11, okay. So you're still held. If I release him, is he going to behave?
Feck.
ready, so as long as he doesn't have a reason to argue. He got very drunk last night. I know because I did too.
Go. The feck with that. And I pull the purse out.
Yes, yes. When he was getting angry about the band not being paid, even though they was already paid.
Yes, they were.
I do want to point out that Freddie did ask about being paid, and no one said they have been paid.
This is
They all
very
went, it's
true.
none of your business. It's nothing to do with you. If someone had just gone, they've been paid, he would have gone, oh, cool, and he would have spoken to the band. Good show, boys. Blah blah blah. Job done. Everyone went, nothing to do with you. Blah, etc. etc. So he genuinely reacted from what was said on feeling that the band was getting stiffed.
That's fair. However, would you have then demanded the band pay you?
Probably.
Maybe he might have done. Yeah, he might have gone and been like, so good show, everybody. Like, has everyone got their share? Where's my share? But to be honest with you, he was more taking on the role of like, I am now de facto band leader. I want to make sure the band's got paid. And it could have been very easily diffused with a, yeah, the band have been paid. Money's dished out at the end of the Jubilee games. There was a ton of things that they could have said. It was the fact
Yeah,
that he kept
but
being
they
told,
didn't.
none
So-
of your
They didn't.
business. So,
They
yeah.
didn't.
So
Leading
he
us to this
carried on.
brilliant piece to hear.
I know.
Yeah, I don't think he meant to hurt people. It was just lots of misunderstanding.
Okay.
And we sorted it out by, well, as Jack said.
Yes, as Jack said.
Feck.
So we'll put it down to just a drunken incident then.
Drink!
No more, he says, looking directly at Freddie. No more is to be said about it. And then he drops the spell.
Freddie, having heard all this, will go, far as I was concerned, it was settled last night. I got the money for the band. I paid the band.
So no
Vic.
more is to be.
He nods.
So are you in agreement? You do a favour for me if I allow you to continue competing?
And I'll just nudge Freddy. Go.
Well, what? Oh, I've got to kill someone for him. What? Who?
Vic,
It's not what I said.
that would be an ecumenical matter.
I just want you to owe me one.
Okay.
Yes, okay, I'm probably going to ask you to kill someone for me. But let's just pretend I'm not. Right.
Do you want to know a secret?
Vic,
Most people, when they meet us, say that we're not very smart and we don't understand what's going on half the time.
Right, that was the whole secret. Okay.
Vic,
Okay. Let's leave it there. All friendly. The
Freddy
second game will
will,
be
in a
starting
friendly fashion, hold his hand out to shake the prince's hand as he said, all friendly. You'll just go,
Yeah, and he'll give it a firm shake.
and then Freddy will
Um,
sit down.
Now, with this in mind, it might be in everyone's best interest if you were the victors of this tournament.
Jack looks offended as if anybody could possibly think we would lose.
Did you see yesterday? I did lots of jumping.
Freddy will very quietly lean over towards Hopscotch and be like, do I have to change my name to Victor?
I don't know.
Victor!
Cool name though.
He looks a little crestfallen as he sits up straight and just under his breath kind of goes, I like Freddy.
I think Freddy's better as well. You should stay being Freddy.
Okay.
Vic,
And then
You
kind
can-
of looks at the prince for approval at keeping his name.
And there's sort of gritted teeth.
The prince has just realised what wavelength he's having to deal with right now.
yeah.
This is a man of the highest education, and he's not used to having to talk to people like this.
Yeah, he's got to sort of skip down a lot of levels.
And then a few more.
Yeah.
And so he just says, yes, you can keep your names. It might be beneficial if you three win the tournament.
We are planning to.
That's
Good.
why I was here to win it.
This is our plans are in alignment then. So just a heads up on the next challenge.
Okay.
It will be you will be playing a yes, heads up, just a forewarning. Do you know what that means? No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm just telling you before we get there the game that you're going to play.
You're telling us what we're going to be facing because you're cheating. Yes,
It's
that's
not
it.
cheating. You just get to perhaps
Cheat!
strategize a bit before.
Cheat!
Okay.
We shouldn't call him that. That's very mean.
Mm.
Fecker!
That's better.
Okay.
So
Is
what's going to
that-
happen?
That sounds like it's swearing. Is that swearing?
It kind of is, but I don't. It's most. He only really says those three things.
Freddy
And
at
the
this point will
equanimity
turn around to
one.
Hopscotch and be, that's swearing.
It's a Kinku thing, I think.
Right. Okay. Fine, whatever. So, the game you're going to play is don't touch the floor.
I'm very good at
Freddy
that.
will immediately pick his hooves up off the floor and be sat like a
I
child,
probably do
knees up and
exactly the
hands on
same.
table, be like, right, cool. How long for?
we've all played. Not yet, Freddy. This will be when you're in the arena.
Oh,
There's a sudden burst of black feathers as Jack up onto the sofa.
Good. That's exactly it.
will look slightly suspiciously at the prince and not put his feet down.
He will purposefully make sure his feet are on the floor, but say nothing. Did you all play this game when you were children, or whatever children birds are? The floor is lava. Yes? Did we play this?
Yes. Back in the Feywild where I am from, we would use magic and turn all the grass into poisonous needles, and we'd all jump up in the trees and not touch the floor.
You'll be very good at this, because the game of the floor is lava that we're going to play, the floor is actually lava.
That sounds fun.
Jack's just going to take his quarterstaff out and just sort of tap the floor gently, and then look at the end of his quarterstaff. And look at Freddy and go, "Feck."
Freddy's going to keep his feet off the floor, but kind of lean, so he's like got his arms around his knees and go, right, so the secret is the floor's really lava. No one else but us will know it's really lava.
Right. The game will be played in the arena as it was yesterday.
Yeah.
You can touch the floor now. Look, my feet are on the floor.
Right.
But when you get
Gonna
in the
poke the
arena,
prince's boot with my quarterstaff just to see what it's made of.
very fine leather.
But it's not on fire.
It is not on fire. I won't even make you roll a check to see that one.
Freddy's just going to lean over to Featherjack and go, oh, his boots aren't on fire.
Jack
floor-
reach for the bottle, just go.
So the floor will actually be lava.
The floor will actually be lava.
So that's the game.
Yes.
So
There
you
are
just have to shove
obstacles.
everyone else into the lava, right?
No, you will be taking on the course, as there is a course that you need to complete,
Yeah.
in which you may or may not fall into the lava,
Uh-huh.
which hurts very much.
Yep, I remember
And
that
you
one.
need to get from one side to the other as quick as you can, in as much style as you can, because we need to please the crowd.
Freddy is going to use his prestidigitation to just stage flare and be like, I can do style.
There we go. Okay. Now, you will go individually, one at a time,
Right.
complete the course.
Uh-huh.
You will be against an opposing team who will be at the sides trying to disrupt you. And then you'll swap over, and you'll have the opportunity to disrupt your opponents by throwing things at them.
Oh,
Right.
that
Okay.
sounds fun.
Are you having the strange teleportation thing on like yesterday? We were told not to do that because it could get messy. Are you doing that again?
You were warned that there may be strange things happening. Basically, there's a bit of magic in the arena, a bit of wild magic in the arena. So if you try to teleport, you may succeed, you may not move, you may go backwards, you may
might end up in the lava.
You might end up in the lava. So it could be a calculated risk whether you use it or not.
Good job, I don't know any teleportation.
No. Indeed. Or any elocution.
That's
that?
dangerous. That's
But
like
if-
if you get hit by lightning.
Elocution.
Oh, okay.
So, you've got some time, an hour maybe, to prepare a strategy if you want to decide who goes first to map out the course. There's not just one way, you can go one of two ways. where there are different obstacles to overcome. So you can have a little think and a plan about who goes when. And whether you go first or whether you want to see your opponents try the course first.
Oh, let's make them do it first. Because
Well-
if we knock them in the lava, then they're dead, and we don't have to try, right?
That's very clever.
Okay, so we'll leave this here. You can have a talk about strategy.
Yeah, I was about to say, Freddy is looking for what's being left here as well.
We
Taking
will
his
leave
hands
this
slowly off the
conversation.
table.
We will leave this conversation here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes. Leave that here. And we will keep it between us.
At this point, Hopscotch's hoof will just kind of gently graze the floor, and I'll just jump up back onto the back of the sofa. Oh, I lost. Okay,
Goodbye.
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 And he just walks off. Doesn't want to throw any more confusing words into the matter, so says goodbye and leaves.
I'm so sorry, Martin.
Yeah, I do feel a little bit bad.
I don't.
So we,
I did say a little bit.
so we should get ready.
Ready.
Once the prince has left the room, Freddy will turn to Hopscotch and go, I think the prince might have been morning drinking. He thinks you can, like, carry conversations around with you.
Oh, I just assumed he was talking about something fancy. He sounds very smart compared to us, but we should listen to him if he's quite smart. Yes, Jack?
I point towards the prince.
I don't know. That sounds risky. Huh?
Daddy.
Oh, I know. I figured out what Feather Jack is saying, but Freddy wouldn't.
I'm not looking at Freddy. I'm looking. I know Freddy wouldn't get it.
He's
So
trying to imply that the prince
Try an
wants
insight
us to lock
check.
his
See if I
gang.
can figure out what Jack means, because I think I know what he means.
I've got what Chaz is meaning, yeah, and I think that's a very, very good point. Quite potentially is where this is going. Freddy would have no fucking clue. Freddy will go, do you think we'll need a stepladder to kill someone?
Jack would just look at Freddy and go,
Stepladders?
Feck!
Someone
Freddy.
taller than
The
me?
prince isn't really my type. It's a bit too rich for me.
Jack will give up and have another drink. He only tries
I'm
this
just-
stuff once.
I'm just gonna go. Well, I lost anyway, and I'll stand up and I'm gonna grab my spear and shield and modify them for a day's acrobatics. Ready for all of the weird, crazy shit I'm gonna be pulling in a bit.
I should just sit and wait to see if Freddy touches the floor.
Freddy will not put his hooves on the floor until both Feathered Jack and Hopscotch have actually put their feet on the floor.
Hopscotch has gone. And I'm
he's
gonna put my head
show
back in the
competition
door
between
and go.
Feathered Jack and Freddy, because Freddy knows the game where you tell people you're not really playing the game, and then as soon as they put their feet down, you go, ha ha, I win.
I poke
That
my
was
head
his-
back in the
that
door
was
and
his
say,
tactic back in the day, so.
"There's more breakfast on the table if people want it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have it all. There's also lots more coffee."
Feck!
What a time for Discord to freeze on me.
Yeah, that's
I was
perfect.
about to say that was an amazing freeze frame moment.
Was?
I
Waiting
just,
for the credits to start rolling. A jaunty little theme tune. Hopscotch is just going to eat it all.
Hopscotch is
There's-
getting more coffee. Feck, says Jack.
Oh, fake laugh, says Freddy.
so if you want any, you should come through and get it.
I should just look out the corner of my eye at Freddy.
Freddy's going to go, Oh, suppose I should get some more breakfast then. But won't move. Not until after Feathered Jack.
Featherjack finishes his bottle, realizes there is no more drink.
I'm gonna sit there for a minute, realize that they haven't fallen for the bait, and walk back to the door and just kind of say, "Oh wow, 3 topless ladies just ran past me. Wow, they're all dancing in the middle room. This is cool."
Freddy is just gonna go. I am not losing this game for less than 9 naked ladies.
Featherjack looks sadly at his empty bottle. Looks at Freddy. Looks at his empty bottle. Throws a bottle in the corner, gets off, walks to the bar. Just gives up.
And Freddy will basically launch himself into the Rocky Balboa top of the stairs run, champion position, probably damaging the table and chair, having won the game.
Yep. Featherjack will just be plodding towards the bar, having
Occasionally
lost the
muttering,
game.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
So you go and get another bottle or a beer or whatever
Yep.
you're after.
Yep.
Freddy's going to spend 10 minutes looking for the 3 naked ladies.
Fair enough. Make a perception check.
Are they Canadian?
What, the bacon or
Don't
the
know how I
naked
didn't
ladies?
see them well
Or the
enough.
bare naked ladies?
Oh, it's bare naked ladies, yeah. 20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Mm-hmm.
You think out of a window from the corner of your eye you saw a bit of nipple.
Then Freddy,
But then
like
it's
a
got
bloodhound, will try and hunt down the nipple.
In a flash, the nipple's gone. Yeah, you search, but there are no.
Nipple's gone. It's like an advert for Sit It Bang.
Yep.
Bang! And the nipple's gone.
Yeah.
Apply directly to the nipple.
Oh, no, don't. I would not recommend that.
We probably should
Okay.
stop that.
So,
Yeah, we should probably move on to some actual theatrics.
Here's the problem is personally as a player, I would like to indulge in some subterfuge and accidentally say out loud, it's a good job that teleportation nonsense isn't actually in effect. It's just a weak attempt at preventing people from cheating. Problem is, Freddy's not fucking clever enough to do something like that, and so I am not going to sully the integrity of my character roleplay by doing something like that.
When I heard where you were going with that, I thought, yeah, that's really smart.
Too smart for
He
Freddy.
would go on with it.
Freddy's got 8 intelligence. He is not smart enough to pull that off. But I
Jack-
just wanted to point
Jack
out that
possibly
I had
is.
thought of that.
Jack possibly is, but
No
he
one would
probably
pick it up
couldn't
on
get it
his
across to
mind.
anyone.
Party dynamic. Hopscotch will do anything these two say because they're those two are the smart.
Most of the smart ones, yeah.
Yeah, that's been proven out by our actions so far.
Absolutely.
So after a while, from drinking beer and coffee and nipple searching, the prince comes back in and gets the attention of the room where everyone's now convening and says, "Round 2 is about to commence. I think we will have the Doolittles.
Lava!
If you would like to come up, you will be up against the Pink Reapers.
The what
Yeah.
now?
The Pink Reapers. Oh God, no! Fuck!
Why did you do that for?
Oh, it happens to us all. Stop it.
Oh,
I'll
dear.
change it. The green. They're green.
The Green Reapers.
Green Reapers. There you go. The
Oh
There.
dear.
It always sounds fine until you say it out loud in front of people.
there has never been a DM that didn't write a name for something.
Absolutely. I
And
absolutely
then read
agree.
it out and
All
go,
I have to say here is Agadoo.
Stop
And
it.
So, Doolittles and the Green Reapers. Doolittles, as you performed better in the first challenge, you get to decide whether you compete in the challenge first or watch.
Lava!
Always watch.
You're going to
Watch.
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 Okay, well, if the two teams will follow me, we will get started with The Floor is Lava.
Lava!
And there's some murmurs around the room because that's the first time they're hearing that. They're like, ooh, that's...
Ooh, that sounds like fun. I played that a lot.
Freddy will use any furniture possible to not touch the floor from this point onward.
You're starting already.
Yeah.
That's going to be difficult because there's quite a long corridor which is fairly plain.
So basically, Freddy is going to step onto 2 chairs as quickly as possible, grab the back of the chair.
Yeah, and shimmy.
Seeing this, I'm just going to walk over and just kind of carry Freddy, so he doesn't have to touch the floor. Don't worry, I already lost.
Freddy.
Okay.
You mean Feather Jack?
Oh no, I'm picking up Freddy so that he doesn't have to lose the floor as lava.
Freddy's pretty huge.
Hopscotch is surprisingly strong.
I'm not arguing. He's not going to fight you because he knows you well enough. But he was quite happy to stilt his way through the corridor on chairs from the dining room.
It's a shame we don't have any of the teleportation. That would work really well in floor is lava. And I'm just going to walk on to where we're going.
Freddy's just going to nod. Yep.
Jack's just, swinging from his bottle. Being ready.
Freddy is reigning floor is lava champion. He doesn't intend to lose.
He's not lost yet.
I mean, in some respects, he was lost a long time ago. But yeah, I appreciate what you're saying.
So as you, in whatever manner you are, make your way down the passageway or whatever, again the noise of the crowd begins to rise as you go further down towards the lighting at the end, out onto a plain field where the crowd erupts in cheering for the champions. The prince goes out into the center and what do you call it? Like thaumaturgy's a booming voice around the arena to announce the start of the game, and as he does, the floor just seems to sort of bubble away as lava fills the bottom of the arena.
They're using actual lava.
Lava!
Actual lava. And you sort of rise up onto a wooden like walkway along the side, and you can see as the arena, the obstacles begin to present themselves. The opposition suddenly appear over on the left-hand side of where you are, on to a large sort of almost cliffside, really. And let's move you over to there.
Oh, hello. There's a map.
So, if you are in D&D Beyond, you will see a map.
Or Roll20.
Roll 20, see a map. Yeah.
Yep. Definitely said that.
There it is for
Absolutely.
the folks at home.
The folks at home.
For the fit him.
Is it going to still work if I do that? Oh,
no.
no, that's bad.
No, that's bad. Don't do that.
There we go. And then I can do...
You.
There we go. So that I can have it on a
There we go.
separate screen.
So, I didn't fully finish this, but so we'll take a quick break in a second. But I'll just kind of get like the mechanically bits out. There's a wooden walkway along the side over here.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So, what you have in front of you on this walkway is a separation into 3. So the 3 of you are to split yourselves up.
Okay.
And in that section, you've got like just a box with a couple of things to throw in there. Like there's a bean bag and there's a like Nerf thing. Just a couple of like toy things that you've just got to hurl to disrupt. Basically, you've got 2, and each of you are manning like how do I ping? There you are. So 2 of the obstacles. So if someone comes down this way, they go through obstacle 1 and then 2, and then whoever is manning that gets 2 shots between those 2 obstacles.
Okay.
And then whoever's manning 2 and 3 and 4 gets to take 2 shots at the opposition as they're passing through there. And then the last person gets the last 2 things.
Okay. And what if they go on the ones that we can't reach?
Behind you is a little pad on the floor,
Uh-huh.
and the other side is a copy of the walkway
Gotcha.
where you basically step on the pad and appear the other side
Awesome.
Right. Okay. Cool.
for the sake of making it work.
Perfect. Yep.
So you get to decide who's manning like the first 2 obstacles, the second 2, and the final 2.
I really don't mind. I'll go wherever.
I'll go wherever. To be honest.
I'm happy with where we're laid out. To be fair.
Yeah, I'll go last. I don't mind.
So who's going where? Featherjack's last. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. So if you just zoom in a little bit on each of the things, Jay, I'll sort of describe them. That is a pair of rolling barrels, so they're pivoted around the center. So walking along them isn't going to cause them to roll. On the left-hand path there, the north side, that is a sort of like a boxing bag, like a heavy bag that you've got to try and grip onto, and then push yourself, and it will slide along a rail to try and get to the other side.
Cool.
Then you've got classic monkey bars, of course. There's a couple of stepping stones. Just try and traverse those because ideas are hard. That is a bucket swing. So what you've got is the swing itself. It's sort of a large plank of wood pivoted around the middle, quite high up in the air. The far side, over, is that going to ping? Yeah, that side is the wood is touching the rock. Over on the near side, that is like 20 feet up in the air, but there is a bucket on the end. So if you manage to get something in the bucket, you might shift the weight and bring it down.
Okay.
And then on the end, that is a large rope net and a platform to jump from.
Awesome.
Cool.
Down on the near side, or the right-hand path, that's a rather rickety-looking bridge. Might want to watch your step if you go along there. That looks like a box just sat on top of the lava. There is also a large plank of wood that is balanced on the box. The next one, you've got a frame in the middle of the 2 rocks, and there is a rope that is tied to a hook on the near side and get across. Those are like angled foot pads, so yeah, you got to try and sort of jump between them, and then yeah, that's about it. Now you can decide whether you're specifically trying to go quickly or slowly, so whether you're trying to rush it or take your time. That may have an impact, or will, on whether the projectile being thrown at you to disrupt you from that will be at advantage or disadvantage. If you're going quickly, it will be harder to hit you, but you're more likely to fall on the challenge. So
okay, I get it. That's cool.
Is it like the cumulative total time for the team that's fastest, or is it one person has to be faster than the rest, and whoever team that is?
Good question. Yeah. No, it is the cumulative team effort.
Okay, cool.
We're fucked, lads.
I have some ideas, but again, some of them probably not necessarily ones that Freddie himself would consider. So I might have to rethink some of like my plan.
Cool. That should be good fun.
Sorry.
So,
Okay.
we're gonna
Yeah,
have a
we'll
break
take a
then.
quick break there,
Perfect.
Yeah,
and then we'll
Okay.
come.
All right. Okay,
Right.
we'll take a break. See you in a bit.
cool. See you in a minute.
So, welcome back, everyone, for part two of the Jubilee Games. So, with our fearless heroes, those doyens of cleverness and wonder that you've come to know and love, are up against the floor is lava. So, dear Martin, take us away.
Okay. So, the game gets underway. There's a loud noise to signify the go marker, and the first of the green reapers takes to the course. First up is the human, who's going to try and roll, make their way across the barrels. And there's a little wobble.
Do I get to throw my thing?
You get to throw your thing.
Okay, I'm at. What do I roll for this?
That was a question I should have had prepared the answer to. We'll make it just a normal ranged attack roll for you, like basically your +7 for your crossbow.
Okay, cool.
Freddie, do you have any ranged thing that I can use as a?
You run it off with dexterity plus proficiency if you want.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So you've got a +4 on your throw, and +6 for Jack.
Cool.
19.
He doesn't really have weapons.
19, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you manage to connect as they're going across the first section.
This is
And
fun.
she stumbles, manages to grab onto. Wow, that was a good roll. Manages to grab onto the barrel as her weight drags her down, but she keeps hold of it and manages to topple back over. Manages to stay on while crawling to the other side.
It's really cool.
So then she comes up to the next section and decides to turn right onto the bridge.
I'm going to watch and wait until one of the planks snaps and then try and bean her in the side of the head.
Okay, so she's going carefully down. Well, okay. And teeters and totters, and there's a sudden. Nope, didn't go.
That's right at the end, just because I'm frustrated.
Yeah. She managed to roll. So yeah, make your attack.
9.
9 just misses.
Oh.
She was so light-footed going across that bridge, it barely creaked, and there was little opportunity for you. And when you realise there's not going to be a mistake, you kind of just hurl, but don't quite connect. So stood on the next rock, she looks carefully at this and sort of leans down and picks up this plank of wood, which is long, like 10 foot long. I will save you the problem. And can't quite figure it out. She sort of tentatively steps into the box, because the box is just sat on top of the lava. It looks like it's made of wood, but it's not burning.
Mm-hmm.
Something's protecting it, and she sort of steps into it with this plank of wood and tries to sort of lean it towards the other side, like, no, that's not long enough. And then she sort of turns around with the wood as she stood in the box and sort of positions the end of it against the rock No, she doesn't do that. She, sorry. First off, she sort of puts it in the lava, puts the plank in the lava, because the box isn't burning, so why would the plank of wood burn?
Mhm.
So she puts it in, and for a second it seems okay, but then it just erupts and goes. And there is a bit of flame that rolls up to her hands and catches quite nastily. But that was the wrong person. Jesus Christ.
DM problems.
Yeah. But as that wood burns up, she kind of looks around, and placed on the box is just another identical plank of wood. So okay, that's not the way to do it. So picks that one up. It looks okay, and thinks, I can't put it in the lava. But then turns and places it against the rock, and stood in the box, pushes this plank and pushes herself out into the middle. She's now stood on the box in the middle of the lava between the two rocks, and then pulls the plank of wood up, lowers it down to the other side to rest it on the rock, and then rests the near side on the edge of the box, and then hops up and starts to very carefully walk across this plank suspended very close to the lava. But loses footing at one point. I was expecting the throw there, but she manages to lose her own footing and tumbles into the lava.
Okay.
She screams as her back makes contact and jumps up as fast as possible, and then hops back up onto the onto the plank, which is still suspended between the two. Very carefully sort of takes off this cape and just throws it into the lava because that was still burning, and then continues to move along the plank towards the other side.
So where are they now?
They're here-ish, getting close to the edge, getting close to the rock.
Okay. So can I get the... Actually, what I'm going to do is I am going to use my bonus action to do unsettling words. They're going to take a d8 from the next saving throw by going... Freddy's just going to very, very sarcastically sing, "Feeling hot, hot, hot." Are you feeling hot, hot, hot? And then I'd like them to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And take away a d8. Check.
Okay.
And words, yeah, d8. So they need to do a wisdom saving throw and take a d8 away from that.
Yeah. 12.
Cool. So they fail, which means I get to cast suggestion upon them. Freddy will go, "Oh, sit down. Oh, sit down. Sit down for an hour. Sit down. Oh," and then just prestidigitation for added effect. Oh no, I can't because that's a cantrip, and I've done all my shit. Sorry. I won't prestidigitate. I will just make them sit for an hour.
Okay.
At which point, Freddy will pull out the loop, sing some songs, juggle some shit, just basically bard it up.
Okay. Nice. No one else is allowed onto the course while a contestant is out there. The crowd sits and waits for an hour while this human just sits there, very, very precariously perched upon this plank.
Freddy will use that little teleportation thing to go from one side to the other because he wants to make sure the crowd's entertained, because the prince did state that. So Freddy will just appear, pew, 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 prestidigitation, sing a song, and just do that for an hour, basically. Nothing
Okay.
above a cantrip.
So, yeah, right. That happens. Eventually, I mean, people, you can see the crowd kind of empties out for a bit. People are using this as like half time. It's time to go off and find the toilet and get a drink and stuff. But eventually,
Nice work.
yeah, they make their way over and very confused as to what possessed her to just stay there for an hour. Moves on and just sort of gets up on the rock because she's sweating. I mean, that plank was no more than a foot above the lava, and she sat there for an hour.
Is there any chance that she might pass out from dehydration if she's been that hot? or am I pushing my luck?
You may be pushing your luck.
Fair enough.
I've rolled a con save anyway, but no, she's fine. So yeah, once she's composed herself, she makes her way over to the rope, sort of analyzes it for a second, looks at the rope on this hook, and sees, yeah, okay. So just sort of shifts one leg over it, grabs the rope on both sides, makes sure she sort of shimmies up it as much as possible to make sure it's nice and tight in the grip.
Quick question. Can you cast any spell at a higher only once it's by?
You can expend a higher level spell slot to cast a spell,
Cool.
even
Can
if it
I
doesn't
hold
scale.
an action DM and second her feet leave the rock, I then want to cast pyrotechnics at 3rd level because I've burnt all my 2nd level. Singing "Smoke on the lava," and then obscure the rock that she's going to try and land on with 20 foot of thick black smoke.
Okay. Yep, you can do that.
Thank you.
You did, however, specify that once her feet left the rock, so she'd already begun the motion in the right direction, but it might hinder her on placing her feet down the other side.
Yes, that's what I was. That's what I wanted. Is I didn't want her to see the smoke and think about going a different, like backtracking, going a different direction. I want her basically to swing and then suddenly, boof, 20 feet of smoke obscure the
Yeah.
The landing
rock.
zone.
Yeah.
The landing zone, yeah.
Which.
Okay.
So it'll easily obscure that and some area around.
How big?
20 foot radius.
20-foot radius.
So if I put it bang on the center of the
there, I've just put a copy of you in there.
Yeah.
So I
You can then
can
do a radius on the token, can't
exactly, yeah. 20 foot. Let's make sure that's visible. That's a nice smoky circle.
and it lasts for a minute.
Okay.
Or
So
unless
can you?
strong wind blows it away.
Right. You all see that?
Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
So
So
basically, as soon as she starts swinging, she's straight into this thick smoke.
yeah, right into it. Okay. So that will give disadvantage on that roll. Right.
Oh, I can also throw other unsettling words. I keep forgetting things. Which is a bonus action, which means she'll have to take a D8 off that as well.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's roll the D8 in here. The DC is 13. At disadvantage, she rolled 15, but the D8 takes it below the DC.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So, as she's there, ready, prepared, go, bang, this eruption of smoke just completely confounds her, as well as this weird thing, unsettling words in the brain. Just throws her off. She thought she'd measured her distances and everything, and so she swings forward, like gets her feet, try to clamber on, and then ends up swinging back. But of course, the momentum is never enough to get you back. So she sort of swings before settling in the middle.
So she's just hanging on the rope.
Is now just hanging on the rope in the middle.
Because the likelihood of this song ever being able to be used, Freddie is just going to on a rope, see you hanging on a rope.
Awesome.
That's actually one of the few songs that's needed really any lyrical change, to be fair.
Well, yeah. Oh my god.
Rocket from the crypt.
So, still in the smoke, you say that lasts for a minute.
It's a minute and then it'll just dissipate, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it would have taken 20, 30 seconds for her to stop swinging once she sort of figures out what to do. But she thinks, okay, I've still got a bit more rope that way. So it begins to start climbing the rope. You, of course, can't see this because it's still obscured.
Yeah, of course.
But she begins to climb the rope. Okay.
Can I? Is it just beanbags that I've got, or are there different items in the box to throw?
Well, I'll say there are beanbags available, and you've used your 2 actions.
I was going to hold an action because in a minute it would be another round, wouldn't it? Or is that not how you're doing the?
You've had 2 opportunities on the 2 obstacles.
Okay, cool. Yeah, cool. I was just going to hold a beanbag ready to throw, but I get what you're doing now, DM. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So, she climbs to the top and manages to pull herself up onto the crossbar across the top, and he sort of stood there as the smoke fades, and you can see her, and it sort of takes her a moment just to sort of rebalance herself. She stood on this thing. It is quite high, but she begins to sort of just swing her arms gently before trying to just lean her weight forward and jump.
Yeah.
But one foot slips as she does, and she doesn't quite move on. She more or less makes the distance, but clatters belly flop face first into this rock.
Oof.
As ends up, instead of going nice angle, just sort of goes and sort of turns a little bit forward in the air, and ends up taking some more damage. Okay. But we'll get rid of that and put her over there.
Okay. I would like to wait until she hits the second obstacle.
Okay.
Bounce boards or whatever they are, until I
Yep.
throw my first object.
Okay. So, what have we got here? Let it go. Okay. So, she spent a second on this rock just centering herself because this has been ridiculous. She wasn't expecting it. When she looked out across the course, she thought, okay, this could be a challenge. But this last couple of things has rocked her. But she centers herself and she moves off at a really good clip. Goes click and throw.
Okay, yep, throw. That's an 18.
That hits.
Awesome.
So, I need to make a save. Oh, it hits, but the fierceness on this woman's face at this point.
I mean, she has suffered quite a lot.
She has suffered. It hits her on the side of the head, and she pays no attention to it. It just bounces off as she carries on.
As soon as she hits the rock for the second obstacle, I want to cast command, which is, and say, back,
Back.
back. So she has to go bouncing back across the.
How far back though will she go? All the way to the beginning.
It lasts a minute.
So
Yeah.
as far as she can go in a minute.
Oh no! Wait! No, that's not right. It's its next turn. So
Right.
it has to follow the command for its next turn. So it's got to go all the way back. If you're doing that as a turn, it's got to go all the way back to the rock that she started on.
That
So,
seems reasonable.
wisdom saving throw. 15 is the
14.
15 is the DC. Off you pop.
So she lands, looks up at the thing, and then immediately just turns around and starts bouncing back.
Awesome.
But in the confusion,
Oh no!
She's
goes
having a really bad day.
bounce, but just completely overshoots and ends up tumbling over the back of this thing. You may actually kill her.
Jack's just going to lean over with one of the bottles he's got and go, take!
So she lands in, again, screams as she leaps towards this board here. Let's see if we can grab hold of that. Nope, doesn't manage to grab hold of it.
Oh no.
Um,
We just killed this poor woman. She thought she was on American Gladiator. She's fallen in the lava. She's going to die.
Fortunately, this is the person with the highest HP of all the NPCs.
Good, good.
So jumps up, sort of gets fingertips to it, but then goes down, and the feet land again, and she screams again. And then she just desperately reaches up again and manages to grab hold of it and pull herself up. So she's now. But I would consider the turn to have ended. So now she's got to go one way or the other. So she's going to go back the correct way.
Okay.
And continue
I'm
forwards.
assuming that's my 2 goes at disrupting her, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Cool.
So she successfully manages to bounce her way to the last rock. And now she just rips the boots off because they're mostly gone anyway. And half of her trousers have burnt up as well. And she sort of pats off the rest of the embers before trying to take on the last jump. And yeah, she just, in fact, she just sort of centers herself and then just screams, and she goes off into a rage. Might as well use it. As she barrels down that plank, leaps towards the rope netting, and just climbs it without difficulty. She kind of just sits down and cries a little bit.
Drink!
You mean people.
Yes, we are. What did you expect, really?
Hopscotch is just kind of looking over at what's just that's just happened with those two, just kind of in bewilderment.
I didn't hurt her. All I did was tell her to go back to waste some time.
Yeah. It was her fault that she fell in
Exactly.
twice.
A bit.
A bit. What did you get it down to? You got it down to about 25% health.
Yeah, that's not it.
So
Drop later.
The next person hears the klaxon that her friend has finally made it over the other side, and she goes, and she's off down the first.
I'm gonna aim my my beanbag for the moment that she's kind of jumping between the two barrels.
Yep. Okay. Make a throw.
Natural 20.
Oh, shit.
Jesus. Okay. Well, let's make that save at disadvantage to give the nat 20 meaning. 19 at disadvantage. So yeah, manages to take the hit, to roll with it gracefully, and makes her way to the other side. This is a Dexy person, as opposed to the last. So she is going to wait. Yeah, take the same path. I should have sent the other person the other way,
Oh, well.
but they didn't know that. But the this person, Tracy, has been watching her friend and how she tackled some of the challenges she could see through all the smoke, and has decided that this would suit her well. So takes on the bridge again.
Aim at her ankle.
Aim at the ankle. Okay.
18.
18 hits. But again, hitting the ankle doesn't really do that much. You manage to catch it.
You guys are very good at this.
Do you know what? After last week, Jay, I don't feel bad that you're having the least impact here.
I'm looking forward to when I get to run this course.
Yeah.
DM has something planned for you.
You catch the ankle, but it was as that foot was planted quite firmly, and it doesn't cause any issues as she makes it across. She did manage to see the way her friend tackled the box, and there is now the box back on this side with the same plank of wood. So she hops gently down into the box, picks up the piece of wood, begins to lever and push herself out into the middle. Without any problem. She then turns and begins to drop the plank of wood down between the box and the rock the other side, hops up and begins to gently walk across.
No.
Okay. No.
Apparently Freddy's decided to let them have it.
Okay.
Once they're on there, Freddie is going to. I'm sorry, I'm too busy trying to think about reworking lyrics, so this might be disappointing. Freddie is going to sing "Stop in the Name of Love." Bonus action, unsettling words, and then some save, please, because I'm going to cast suggestion at a higher level.
Wisdom save. Okay.
Minus a d8 because of the unsettling word.
Minus d8. Okay, 16.
Oh, that matches the fucking DC.
Oh. So what was that command?
Suggestion.
Oh. Yeah.
So the DC is 16, so does that mean that they succeed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Goes with a roller.
That's...
Whew. Got away with that one. So moving on to the rope swing. Again, grabs the rope. Wraps.
Same thing.
You doing the pyrotechnics again?
Doing the pyrotechnics. Smoke, yeah.
Okay. With the unsettling words?
With bonus action unsettling words, yeah.
Okay. The thing gonna be rough. Was it? Rolled an 8 on the D8.
Ooh.
So, I if I try and undo everything, it will roll back. So there. And do another 20-foot thing. There we go. So she sets herself, gets ready to go, swings, but she didn't. Whereas the first person had sort of put it through the legs and then held the back end, the dangly end, up behind quite tightly.
Hold your dangly ends.
Nice and tightly. She basically just grabs a hold of the rope and goes. And that means that the dangly end just grazes along the top of the lava and sets fire as she's going. This was a planned trick of this particular thing. And as it just goes, it's just up, and she's sort of almost about halfway by the time the flame gets to the hand, and she instinctively lets go and goes crashing into the lava towards the rock the other side. Yeah, I'm rolling high on that damage, but she manages to catch herself, but he's still obscured by the smoke, but manages to sort of just feel around enough, but it takes a second to figure it out. But does find and jump up onto the rock, without any problem. And that hurt. And but she does manage to scramble away across. As she'd seen the smoke dissipate before, after a minute, this team isn't sure whether the smoke is a part of the course or not. That would probably be the suggestion at this point, but that's just a trick of the course to launch this plume of smoke.
Okay.
She manages to get there. And Jack, are you?
I will require a charisma saving throw, please.
Charisma.
Of DC's 15.
Oh, rolled a 19.
Ah, bugger. Oh well.
For
Never mind.
So on this one, perfectly graceful.
So, so let's have a look, see what I'm going to do now. That was kind of what I was thinking about. Okay, bonus action, spiritual weapon on the end of the plank. So just
Okay.
can I ping there? Let's have a look.
I'll put a little Jack there.
Yeah, that's fine. And basically, as soon as she approaches it, it will just smack her on the head.
Yep. Okay.
And after it's smacked her on my head, my action will be it will be to cast the cantrip, Toll the Dead.
Okay. You just outright attacking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Jack's getting bored of this game.
Okay.
Going on for about an hour.
Well, yeah. Quite. So, she begins to make her run up, and as it does, this ethereal bottle of whiskey appears.
Indeed. Drink! Which is...
roll to hit.
That's a 20 to hit.
That.
And then 1d8 plus 4. That's 5 points of damage. Big damage. Rolled a 1 on my d8.
Oof.
But then the cantrip Toll the Dead.
Yep.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. And that is a 4.
That's a fail. So, and where am I doing? That's 2d12 necrotic damage because she's already been damaged.
Yep.
That's 15 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. Right. So, as she begins to run, she looks set and ready to go, and then just takes a couple of hits as she's about to jump. And just topples off the end as the jump never comes. The combined 2 hits just makes her completely lose the footing. The foot just misses the end of the plank, and she just goes zoom, down into the lava. And there's a scream for a second. Well, that was exact. But then it just stops.
Okay, I will then cast Spare the Dying.
But she's in lava. So she's no longer making death saves, but then immediately takes damage. But you do see as this body just lays rested in the lava, it very quickly just vanishes.
Oh, I can't cast Spare the Dying. It's a touch spell. I do apologise.
Oh, okay. Well, it's
So, not going to do that.
yeah. The body in question does emerge unconscious up on the rock ledge, the other side.
Righty-ho.
Having not seen, the final contestant steps up to have a go. And okay, and they are going to make their way across here.
So spiritual weapon will disappear after a minute. So
Okay, we'll leave it there for now, and we'll see
okay.
how quickly this person gets through. So they begin to skip along there.
Again, throwing between the 2 barrels.
Yep, go for it.
14.
14 doesn't hit, I'm afraid. They, having seen the pattern of when you like to throw, sort of went and then just paused a sec to watch the beanbag go past their head before carrying on through there. They, however, turn to take the other route.
Step back, teleport over.
Yep. So they look at this thing and see exactly what they've got to do, and just sort of wrap their arms around this large sort of heavy bag. There's a few like handholds on there, steady themselves, sort of check the weight and make sure it's going to hold before just pushing off from the rock to push themselves.
Aim directly at one of their handholds to try and break their grip on it.
Okay, that's going to be quite a precise shot.
Oh, actually, can I ever use one of these?
Okay.
Could I consume one of my superiority dice to effectively make this a disarming attack?
Oh,
Oh,
That
that's
seems
good. That's clever.
Yeah.
I like that.
that is. Yep, I'll allow it. Rule of cool.
That's 26 to hit.
26 to hit. And a disarming attack literally just makes them drop whatever they're holding.
Yeah, I would add the superiority die to any damage, and then they are disarmed. They have to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. So a strength saving throw comes up at 26.
Yeah, DC was 16, but still.
So, as it goes, they push off, and you just absolutely beam this thing right at them, and it just comes and cracks off their hand. They let go with that hand, manage to sort of hold on with the other as they sort of swing round, while continuing to sort of move, just dangling off this bag as they slowly keep the momentum that they started with before making it to the other side. Just about. Then they've got the monkey bars. This is a nice tall person, so they sort of try and dry their hands off a little bit because, sweaty. And then they just sort of go whoop, and grab hold of the first bar. Just rock a little bit before beginning.
I have a question, because I don't necessarily want to waste a spell slot.
Okay.
Suggestion: you can't get the creature to do anything obviously harmful. If I was to tell that person to clap their hand, that would be obviously harmful.
I would say so, yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I just
Yeah.
had that. Everybody clap your hands. Which, to be honest with you, every time I hear that, someone should die. So it felt like it would be fitting, so I do apologise. No, Freddy's just going to wang a beanbag at him.
Yeah, okay. Well, make an attack roll.
Roll it in the right box. And what is it? Strength or dex plus proficiency? What's the...
For a weapon like this, it would be dex.
Okay, so I rolled a 15, plus 1
Plus 4.
dex. So
I'll give you
plus 4.
proficiency.
Cool, so it's at 19.
19 to hit. Cool. Okay. Right, so they're beginning to. They've got a good bit of momentum to work their way through this, and you just launch this thing and it's right into their side. They've got an opportunity to hold on, but that's where the natural one comes.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
And the combination of that sort of weight shift on the sort of unbalanced hands and the sweaty hands, and they just sort of slide off and just fall sideways down into the lava. So that was that much damage. They immediately launch up and just throw themselves at the rock the other side. Give them a quick check. Yeah, they managed to get there, but of course they landed, got up, and then jumped. So there's a bit more time in the lava there. So
Also, very quickly, DM.
Yeah.
Before they get into view of the stones, could Freddy Mercury minor illusion 2 others?
oh,
Because it's cantrip, lasts for a minute. I'm pretty sure it says small objects.
It does specify the size.
illusion. No larger than a 5-foot cube. Yep, that seems to fit with the rocks that are currently there.
Yeah, so I was thinking of just putting a couple. And what Freddy would probably want to do is have like one. On this side here, and then one here to make it look like there's a 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 1,
Yeah.
2, 3. Part.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just checking. Could you use an action to examine the image and determine that is an illusion? Right. Okay. Now, given that there has been no illusions, this person isn't going to think to stop and check whether they're illusory. So they're just going to move off to this first one that you placed there.
Yeah.
And of course, they are going to just hop down 2 feet straight onto the lava. And what was that much? I'm gonna scream and of course try and go forward and get up onto the next one, and they manage to do so, and this one is clearly solid and their feet
They've got
kind
two
of hurt.
more to choose from, haven't they?
So yeah, there's that rock, actual rock there, and then there's another rock actually there, or not actually there. So having then just gone straight through this illusory rock, they are going to have a look around and see, is there what's your spell save DC?
Oh, spell save DC. 16.
16. Okay. So they kind of look. I'm going to have to, because they can't see it. They're looking at both, and they both look real. So left or right, left or right. I'm going to just roll a dice in here. Odd, they go left. Even, they go right. Odd, they go left. Straight back into the lava. Scream, go forward. Oh my god. Both times. But as they're about to just reach forward to try and grab this rock, they just fall and vanish.
Oh no.
Can't believe you managed to kill 2 of them.
God, they're going to be vengeancing against us.
Well, I have a plan. Well, so if, just a quick question, DM. If, say, one of our team was incapacitated and, you know, for all intents and purposes appeared to be dead, could another person carry them across the course?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
More complicated than it needs to be.
Well, no,
One,
because
2, I stated when
You
somebody
did, you
was
did.
sat on a rock for an hour that no one else was allowed on the course.
cool. Yeah, fair enough. Fair. Oh well.
So that's the other team done.
Oh shit! Now it's our turn to get killed.
I think you did pretty well. There is a slight break in proceedings as you are sort of shown to a pad that moves you over to the start zone. If you want to move yourselves over there, I will tidy this up a bit so they're alive. And start to move these into place.
We've not decided an order, have we yet?
We have not. No.
No.
I would suggest Hopscotch going first, then Featherjack, then Freddy, because I want to cast greater invisibility on each of you. Lasts a minute. Can only be one person at a time.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure that Hopscotch can get across.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the DM will try and everything in his power to kill Hopscotch.
But that was going to be my plan. Is basically as soon as you set off, just invisibility.
Yeah, sounds reasonable to me. I like it. I will also, before who's going first?
I think it's me.
You're going first. Well, you're going to get some. Yeah, I'm going to bless everyone.
Smart.
I will bless all three of us. Again, well, what I'll do is I'll bless each person before they go, because it lasts
Yeah.
a minute.
So,
Yeah, so my plan is that I'm going to invisibility you two to try and get across as quickly as possible, and then I've got 4 charges of charm person. So basically, as I get quick enough, I'm basically like, come on, I'm going to do the whole Fonz thing, like, hey, and hopefully they'll see me as a friend and not want to hurt me.
Nice.
Do
Genius.
you really want to hurt me?
I'm going to get by on my pretty much my dice alone. So I've got one plan.
And bless.
But you'll be
Yeah,
invisible,
bless.
which means it'll be...
Invisibility is going to really help my plan, actually.
Would it be impossible for him to hit? I mean, it would be a potluck, wouldn't
It's
it?
going to be very difficult for them to keep track of me, to say the least.
yeah.
But it only lasts a minute, whereas charm person lasts an hour, so I can take my sweet time getting across.
Yeah.
I just need to get within 30 feet to charm them.
Oh, I'm ready to go.
Okay, you get a bless.
I'm waiting for the klaxon. I assume you're
Yeah.
positioning the
Yeah.
the others.
Okay. So the alarm goes, the klaxon goes, and
Bless.
you are
Blessed and invisible.
blessed
Okay.
and invisible.
I'm going to dart across the barrels then.
Okay. So as you're moving across, the person guarding the first 2 challenges sees that you are turned invisible. So that confuses them for a second, but then they see the barrels moving, so they at least have a rough idea of where you are. So
Probably just faintly hear a whee.
probably that too. So they are going to try to land something. They have a rough idea. 19 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. No.
Now you get to contend with the most broken bit of Hopscotch.
Oh my god. The armor class of 22.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, I can feel your OPness from here.
Yes. Fighters are good, man. So yeah, I'm gonna. Do I need to roll a thing to make it across the barrels?
Yes. You need to roll an acrobatics check.
Okay. 16.
Yep. Okay. You managed to avoid the incoming blast and skip straight across.
I'm then gonna kind of look between them, get an idea, and I'm gonna kick the boxing bag so that it starts sliding across.
Okay.
And whilst it's doing that, I'm then going to dart down the bridge.
Go the other way. Nice. So there's no reason to think that would not confuse them. Yeah, so you do that, and then again you see this bolt of energy go cracking into the bag. But that's fine.
I'm going to just dart across the bridge.
Yeah, so if you just make where are you? There we go. Just give me a general dexterity check.
Dexterity is 16. Once again.
60. Yeah, okay. That's fine. You managed to just find the right footwork to go across. As you start to do, you can see the caster that was firing bolts at you kind of just goes, fuck! Because you just fooled them.
I'm thinking, I'm going to look down at the box, the plank, think for a moment. I'm then going to kind of grab the plank and push the box halfway out.
Okay.
And kind of push the plank onto it. And then
Okay.
I'm just going to use it as a stepping stone and bounce
Oh,
onto
okay.
the plank off the box onto the rock.
I see what you're doing. Yeah. Just give me an athletics check just to make sure. But I think with your general racial traits, it's not going to be too much of a problem.
I've worked out. I have a horizontal jumping distance of 20 plus my D8 for being a satyr.
Right.
That's 18 on the athletics.
Yeah, you find you sort of push the box out, get the plank on it, boing boing.
It probably does give away my position, the plank moving and that, but
yeah. So there will be a So yeah, there will be an attack made, but not with a 10. So you skip on through.
look at the rope. And then kind of, did I see the rope catch on fire? Probably not. I'm just going to swing with the rope across the other rock. I didn't see it catch on fire.
Been in that black smoke that I.
Also true.
Yeah. So as soon as the rope moves, there is a shot at you. But hey, 20. I did it.
I didn't hear that.
I did it. At disadvantage, I rolled the lowest of a 15, which totals 23 to hit.
Yay.
Yeah, that hit.
I got to do a thing.
Yay!
So this comes in just as you're picking up the rope to go. So when you make your acrobatics to go through, make it at disadvantage.
I'm forgetting to use my bless.
No, bless is for attack rolls or saving throws only.
Oh.
Not ability checks, sorry.
There will be a saving throw when the rope catches on fire, so
yeah,
don't forget.
Fair enough.
That's what bless is for saving throws.
You need me to make athletics? Did you say?
Yeah.
You said acrobatics, I thought.
Acrobatics.
Disadvantage.
They're probably both about plus 12 for you anyway.
Plus 7, plus 8. Disadvantage, it's 17.
Yeah, you find. But the so you get off to a good clip, but this rope just ignites as you're going up.
I see.
Make a dex saving throw, which of course you get to add your
D4 for bless.
Your bless
Just
too.
going to check a feature. I don't think it's going to help me here.
It's not a spell or magic.
It's not a
fire.
not effect that targets only me, so Shield Master won't come into this. But I do get Jack's D4. Dexterity saving throw. I rolled awfully on the D4. 16.
Didn't matter about the D4 then. So the rope burns. You do take 5 points of fire damage as it catches up to your hands. But it was just slow enough that your angle and momentum as the fire gets to your hands and you instinctively let go manages to carry you to the other side.
Nice.
Boing, boing. Right. This one. What was it again? Oh, yeah. Let's play Hopscotch. And I'm just going to bounce and twirl and bounce and somersault and bounce. I'm being, like, really playful and playful and acrobatic.
And not just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, and bouncing back and forth.
It's not intentional from Hopscotch to try and throw the person off, but it's just pure luck that she's jumping backwards and kind of throwing this guy off.
So at some point this beanbag goes flying. You probably don't even notice it.
I don't even see it.
Did you roll a check to get through that?
No, I didn't. Do you want me to roll?
Give me an athletics check.
Athletics plus 8. 15. All right, I'm really mid to now.
Well, your modifiers are pulling you through because that's just about all right.
Okay.
You spend a bit of time just dancing around.
Boing, 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 boing.
Actually, make your way across, and then you've got the last bit. There's a plank. Walk the plank or run the plank, jump, grab the rope, climb the rope.
Stand there for a moment, just kind of doing that, and you just that gift of the lady just thinking, and all the math equations just going in front of Hopscotch.
Jack, by the way, is jumping up and down, going, "Go, go, go!"
And I'm going to run, but I'm going to jump early and use my mirthful leaps to try and make it to the ropes. I'm not going to jump at the end of the board, but I'm about halfway because mirthful leap should take me that distance. Be about 15, 20 feet.
Okay. Well, the jumping's not a problem for you, but catching hold of the rope to the other side, if you just make a last athletics check to try and grab the rope and pull yourself up.
Ooh. Okay, we're not using that dice anymore. That's a 10.
That is a fail. You jump early and it's fine. You kind of make it to the ropes, but just miscoordinate and don't manage to grab hold of it. And you land in the lava and take 10 points of damage.
Sweet. And I'm just going to try and just kind of leap back up and just start wrenching myself up the ladder in panic.
Yeah, so the ropes extend most of the way down to the lava, so you can grab that and begin to climb from there.
I'm just once I'm over, I just got to sit down and start kind of attending to my feet and my hooves and making sure they're okay. Completely oblivious to the feats of acrobatic and athletic strength I've just shown.
The crowd through the whole process has been really cheering you on, seeing you do these fantastic things and dancing around while you do it. No, they didn't see a thing because you're invisible.
The invisibility would have worn off from the fire that I took on the rope. Damage tends to cancel invisibility.
That's true.
Right, fair enough. Okay, so
that's why I started the showboating when I did.
Well, all the time you're invisible, Freddie Mercury would have been prestidigitating.
I didn't realise that. There were a couple of rolls. The final two attacks I made a disadvantage because I thought you were still invisible.
Oh, I shouldn't have been. I should have mentioned it as my bad.
It doesn't matter. It's done now. But you make it across. The crowd certainly enjoyed watching you bounce just playfully between those jump pads. They give an ooh as you plummet into the lava, and they've also been going go 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 because they just caught on with Jack's chanting.
So
they're all turning into Jack.
Greater invisibility, concentration, but because I cast it, it'd be my concentration. So taking damage wouldn't have affected my concentration. So
yeah, but it might affect the actual invisibility feat, the status.
It just says it becomes invisible until the spell ends.
Oh, does it?
Up to a minute. Yeah.
Oh, because it's greater invisibility. It's not invisibility.
Oh.
Right. Well, you are at the finish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I stopped concentrating on.
Well, then I would then, as if I'm at the finish before it ends, I would just kind of plant my spear, set up my shield, and just kind of set up my little kind of balanced perch and just be sitting there for when it runs out.
Well, actually, I wouldn't know when you got to the end, would I? So
you can probably see across the start and finish platforms are far enough apart, and the invisibility would wear off.
Yeah, so I would keep it up for the full minute because I wouldn't be able to tell when Hopscotch got to the end. At that point, Feather Jack's about to go, so I would then literally tap him on the shoulder as soon as he starts running.
Yep, and I will bless
Greater
myself.
invisibilitating.
So let me just throw the bless on. Okay.
So you're blessed and invisible.
Yep. So I will carefully walk across the barrels.
Okay, give me an acrobatics check as you go.
Acrobatics check.
And I will again-
Acrobatics. That won't go well. Oh, blimey, 22.
Wow, that did go well.
It did indeed.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah,
Okay,
this is
so
easy enough.
having sure,
Does
yeah.
does a 15 hit you?
No.
No.
My armor class is 20. I'm a cleric.
Right. Okay.
So, having seen Hopscotch do the clever thing with the punch bag, I'm going to do exactly the same, except I'm going to hold on to the punch bag to make them think I'm doing the same thing.
Okay.
In
I
Jack's
do
mind,
just want
that's a
to
really
point
good
out
trick.
that having seen Hopscotch, who was invisible at the time.
Ah, yeah, that's a point. Yeah, having
Sorry
not
to be
seen
the party
Hopscotch.
pooper in the team, but we
Yeah, no,
wouldn't
no,
have
no,
seen
no, that's fair. Having not seen Hopscotch do anything, and seen the bag moving, I thought, oh, that's a good idea, and jump on the bag.
Okay. You are jumping on the bag.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go across on the bag.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
Strength check.
Or
Not the best.
athletics, if that helps.
Athletics is
Yeah.
not too bad. Natural 20 for 25.
Easy. Whee! This is fun.
Drink!
Could I be starting in the crowds just a round of cheers of drink, 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 drink,
Yeah, nobody knows why, but yeah.
building up this brand recognition of our party as Drink, Girl, and Feck.
Yep.
As you do that, you do hear a clash on the bridge as the person assumed you were pulling the same trick and attacked the bridge instead of the bag.
Awesome. Yeah, Jack doesn't really know or understand what's going on, so he's like, yeah, okay, cool, that's great. Okay,
Alright.
so how high up is this?
How tall are you?
Not very. I am 4 foot tall.
Ooh, it's gonna be a bit of a struggle. It's probably 7 feet up.
Okay, not to worry.
There are 2 large pillars either side that sort of support the monkey bar. So if that helps to work your way up in some way.
Yeah, all right. I will try and climb up the pillar. And rather than hanging down off the monkey bars, I want to run across the top.
Yeah. Okay.
Because, I'm not that strong. So what would you like me to check for that?
That will be an acrobatics check, I think. If you're
Acrobatics. That is a 20.
20, yeah. So you manage to sort of, I don't know. Do you have any sort of hand on your wing? Are you
I've
like
got sort of claws.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So you manage to sort of just claw and flip your way up onto the top, and then just sort of step across. Of course, you're invisible, so at some point, if you're looking down at all, you see a beanbag go through under the bars because they assumed dangling underneath.
Yep. Okay, so I get to the edge of this rock. I'm like, that's interesting. I'm only 4 foot tall, so I shall take a little run up and try and jump.
Okay. So yeah, do an athletics check if you're jumping.
Athletics is bloody hell, 24.
Okay. So were you just going on to the first
Yeah,
one?
just onto the first one.
Okay.
And then I shall try and jump to the second one.
Okay.
That's a 12.
That one, let's say, we'll try that in with that. Just roll a check. So as you leap off, the person throwing the bag has just timed it well, and it just catches you in the back.
Okay.
As you're moving, and it's enough to unfoot you,
Yep. That'll do.
or off-put you, and you land and go into the lava for 9 points of damage. I tell you what, I'm rolling lower on the damage for you guys. That's fun.
That's cool.
But you can then use that
Oh,
momentum to scramble your way up.
I shall climb up onto that rock and try the last jump across there.
Okay,
So
it's not quite as difficult.
correct.
But,
Well, that's a 2, so that's 7.
It was more difficult. Your feet are burning; they're hurt from the first fall, and you don't quite get there, and you stick a foot in. Take 11 more points of fire damage.
Sure, no worries. Okay. So climbing up onto the rock, and you said this bucket thing was 20 feet up.
Yeah, it's quite tall.
Okay. What I'm going to do is get out my rope of climbing.
Yep.
And not one end. And as an action, I will go thick and point it up towards the bucket to tie itself onto the bucket.
Okay.
And when that's
Yep.
done, I will then climb up the rope and then get onto the wooden slide, because I don't weigh very much either. Let's have a look, see. Yeah, I'm about 60 pounds soaking wet. So, yeah, I'm not very, very heavy.
Does
Is
the rope fix in place, or is it just tethered to something? Because any weight was probably enough to pull it down.
Well, it doesn't fix in place. But I have advantage when I'm climbing it.
Okay. Well, you don't really. This is a seesaw seesaw scenario. So as soon as you go to start climbing, it just sort of pulls
I
down.
just pull the bucket down. Okay, cool.
Just pull the bucket down.
All right.
So
I will get up onto the plank, untie my rope, and then just start walking along the seesaw.
Yeah. Okay.
Very carefully.
Yeah. Give me a where are you? Yeah. Just a general dexterity check.
Dexterity check.
Just as you sort of get to the middle point to make sure you can shift your weight smoothly.
Okay, that's a 15.
Yeah, lovely. So yeah, you sort of scamper up to the top and then just sort of shift your weight enough for the
Yeah, and then just scamper down to the bottom there.
scamper down. We'll just hazard a throw, just because it's out of the blue, but 16 doesn't hit you. So there we go.
I will carefully walk out to the end of the plank again with the rope. Just go feck, and it will attach itself to the rope net across the wall.
Okay.
And I will pull myself along the rope.
So there's a bit of swing, but you're perfectly fine. Just give me an acrobatics check, but you've got advantage on that.
That will be 24.
Yep, not a problem.
So scamper up the rope net, sit down, and then cast. I will cast Cure Wounds on myself at first level.
Okay.
Heal some of my damage, because I got damaged a little bit.
Hi, Jack.
Go!
Freddy's turn. This would be fun.
So I heal myself of 14 points of damage. So.
Wow.
So, Freddie Mercury does have a disguise.
Okay.
Just have to. I can't bless you because I can't touch you.
It's fine. You can't touch it.
Right, bear me 2 ticks.
Freddie is very tempted to walk into the little entrance tunnel corridor thing for a moment, whilst everyone's watching the other two do their run, and disguise himself in a maintenance uniform. See if he can convince the other team that he's not competing, but he's there to check the utility of trap before Freddie Mercury's turn. I know this is a long shot. I know it's probably not going to work.
Well, there's nowhere to do it. The entrance is over here, and you came in and got teleported over here. There's nowhere to hide over here.
Well, while all attention was on the others running, could he not quickly use that time to disguise himself?
Do you know what? Go on. Why not? I mean, given that the people that were competing were invisible, so lots of people had time to look around at other things. But go for it.
Do I have disadvantage or anything, or just a straight roll?
I mean, what are you rolling?
It's deception, isn't it? With disguise kit.
You can roll it at advantage if you want, but no one believes it. No one's going to believe it. People have seen you do it.
It's a dirty 20.
Okay.
I'm well aware that this is not likely to work.
You believe it might work, though. That's the important thing.
That's the big thing. Is Freddie is now walking up to the barrels, going, "Oh, everybody! I've been brought in just to make sure that the safety of, at least the functionality of the course, is intact before the last amazing Freddie Mercury has his turn." And he will kind of kneel down at the rolly barrels and start like spinning them as if he's checking that they actually rotate, not got stuck or anything.
Okay.
Attempting to cross. Oh, this is the stupidest fucking ploy in the world. I know this. I am not expecting it to do anything. This is pure role play flavor. And what is it? What do I need to roll to cross the barrel?
You need an acrobatics check. You're not invisible, are you?
No, I don't have any invisibility left. He's
Okay.
completely visible. Not disguised himself and then made himself invisible. He's not quite that dead.
Fair enough.
Not quite.
It's close, though.
It's an acrobatics.
Okay. 15.
15, yeah, that's okay. But does a 14 hit you?
Oh yeah, his armor class is 11.
Okay.
He's basically in stage gear permanent. Imagine Bon Jovi in terms of wearing armor. It's not really there. He's wearing leather, but it's not got any protective purposes.
Yeah. Okay, well, you take 21 points of poison damage.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy's finally got a target to aim at, so he went big. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, Constitution. That's 17.
Okay, that's fine.
He's big on Constitution, is old Freddy.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Well, you.
Anything now, is he?
Second.
He's not tripping. He'll just be.
No. The bolt that hit you wasn't sort of forceful enough to try and knock you off, but it hurt nonetheless. It was a sickly feeling.
Freddy's just going to be like, "Oh, that's not very nice," but he's going to go the whole punch bag route because athletics.
Going to go the punch bag route. Okay.
Oh my god, that's an actual fucking one.
Oh dear.
Oops.
So as you're preparing and get your arms around this thing, your foot just slips right off the edge. Make a strength saving throw to see if you can. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's a dirty 20.
Okay, so you don't plummet into the lava. Your sort of foot slips off the edge, but you manage to sort of hold on. However, good old Bonellis takes the opportunity to cast at you. You are dangling fairly helplessly, so it makes his job a bit easier. And that is, going to hit. That was a 24 to hit. And you get struck. Fucking hell, really? Why do I never roll that good? You take 33 points
Oh,
of poison damage.
Wow. I mean, God, you start fight with the start. Right, inventory. Was I clever enough to pack? So then, can I use one of my cure wounds?
So we'll say you slowly drifted because it is a slight downslope towards the next rock.
Yeah.
So when you get there, you can take a moment.
So, how do I get one action per obstacle?
When you're on the course, you can kind of take your time if you wanted to slow it down and do more.
I'd like to cure wounds. I know I've got like an hour's leeway, so I'm fine. So I'd like to cure wounds and bring my health back up, and then I'm going to charm person on the nearest dude.
Okay, that at this point would Tracy.
If I'm going to be like here, then I'm 30 foot away from there, so I should be able to charm person them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do cure wounds first, which gives me nice. I've got a math points back. And then charm person, and they need to make a wisdom save.
Wisdom save 14.
16 is.
Okay.
And I just want to be like, why can't we be? Why can't we be friends?
Well, I will say that you are in a sort of combat with these people, so they would have advantage on the charm person.
Okay.
But the second one was a 13.
Cool. So basically, I just want them to see me as friendly and not attack me.
Yeah.
Next move.
Fair enough.
So then, what do I need to do? Athletics for the battle?
So as you get over there and you just sort of cast Cure Wounds on yourself, and you turn and just say something to Tracy, she just sort of looks up and goes, "Good luck."
Just big thumbs up, and and just because Freddie Mercury sticking to the disguise goes, yeah, because I'm fixing the course, so give him hell.
Yeah, good job. Keep going.
And then what was it to get across the bars?
Athletics. Unless you wanted to climb up and go across the top.
Fuck me. Okay, that dice is going in the bin. That is a second natural fucking.
ow!
This is our comeuppance for it being boring.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that will be taken into account with the scoring.
I mean, this is entertaining, at least.
This is, yeah.
Flash frying some beef for them.
I am. If we lose this by like 5 minutes, I'm gonna kick my. I'm not being like sit down for 3 hours. Okay, so what happens next, DM? Natural one to.
So the natural one, you go up all cocky, you stick your hands on the first thing, you go to swing towards, and you just slip straight off, and you just go straight in. That's 7 points of fire damage, but you didn't make it very far at all. You can of course turn around and try and climb back up, but that is a slow enough action to require a bit more damage, a bit more time, or you could try and just step across, which is going to take more damage as well. So either way,
I'm taking damage.
Yeah.
Freddy, what would Freddy do? It wouldn't be a smart move, would it?
Let's just say you'll be in the lava longer if you try to run across it to the other side.
Oh no, he wouldn't try run across it. He just can't.
Presumably your disguised self has vanished through concentration.
No, it's a disguise kit.
Oh,
So
right,
you're
okay.
disguised. So like literally,
But
he's
the charm
walking around in
person,
overalls. Charm person is 1 hour.
oh, that's not
It's
concentration.
it's not concentration. It's only if I then attack.
Cool.
Right, you are. Yeah, okay. So you're going to turn around and go back.
I'm going to climb back up. Yeah.
Okay. Well, sorry, that was a good roll. That's as you sort of place your foot and turn, your foot kind of gets stuck just for a split second, while the fire sort of wraps up, and you take 17 more points of damage.
Fuck.
Ow.
Down to 8.
And I can't reach you.
No, well, Freddy, when he reaches the top, is going to pour water on him from his water flask, and then he's going to just cure wounds twice, just purely fucking
Yeah.
whatever. So,
Understandable.
He's going to use his last 2 spell slots, so all he's got now is cantrips. He gets 9 and 6, and then it's athletics to climb to do the monkey bars.
Yep.
Okay, that's a little bit better. 22.
You fail. No, wait. Nah, this time.
Freddy's just going to lie down. If that fails, he's got no chance.
You took a bit of time just to sort of douse your legs to cure yourself a little bit. You're feeling much better. You go straight back up. No mistakes this time. Just one bar after the other. No disruptions from the side. She's cheering you on a little bit as you go. You get the other side without any further.
Freddy.
Feck.
Freddy Feck.
He probably won't want to after this. I mean, like, he's feeling great. What is it to cross? Is it athletics or acrobatics to cross the stones?
It's jumping, so athletics.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's 13.
13, you say?
1, 3.
There's a pause as you jump, and you land, and then you just about manage to hold on. You make it.
A second one, or does that cover the whole thing?
I did with Jack, so yes.
Second one, okay.
Yeah.
That one's better, 18.
Yeah, that one's no problem. You can almost. It's a shorter gap, yeah. So you can.
Right. As soon as Freddy gets within range, I'm going to healing word at 4th level.
Nice. Are you?
So let me just roll that. 44 plus 10. Many 4s. Let's hope they roll well. Oh yeah, there's a couple of 4s there. 4, 8, 10, 13, 23 points of healing.
22.
Nice.
49.
You're just about keeping him in there.
So, I'm assuming being 6 foot something and 300 pounds, I can just pull.
It is tall. It is about 15, 20 feet above you.
So I have to do a jump to grab hold of it, do I?
If you can make that kind of jump, but the
Yeah.
bucket's there for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean,
how high above me is the bucket?
Well, what are you, 7 feet? So plus arm length of another couple of feet, halfway.
I'm halfway to the bucket.
Yeah.
this is where like create water would be a but I
That would be good.
don't. Yeah, I don't have a huge amount. Bedroll. That like. Right. Yeah, I've not thought this little bit through.
No manager.
In character, then.
I mean, you've got plenty of little things in your inventory.
Yeah, I mean, I've got like candles and shit, so fuck it, I'll just start throwing stuff into the bucket.
That was kind of the idea.
Yeah.
Um,
Throw some, not any of my musical instruments, I'll throw my dolls.
you got daggers and candles and stuff.
Yeah, daggers and candles, yeah.
Alright. Just make a ranged attack, so a +4.
That's 22 then.
22. Yeah. You just sort of grab like these candles out, and you just sort of go whoop, kadunk, and the first one seems to be heavy enough just to tip the scales, and the bucket drops in front of you, and you have a walkway to.
Cool.
Walk.
Then I'll do the walk, and then what was it to balance when the sort of tip?
Yeah, it's just a dexterity check to keep your balance. That's not
Dexterity check. That's
18. Yeah, not a problem. It's you just walk and tips, and then you walk down.
And as Freddy gets to sort of this last, his
I forgot to.
his coverall type outfit with poorly written maintenance, which has been spelled incorrectly as well, probably. That's singed and burnt. He will say quite loudly, still trying to keep the disguise thing going. Oh yeah. This course is fucking deadly. It's working just as it should be. And then he's going to attempt the last little bit, which is jumping.
Yeah. So you got an athletics check to make the jump.
Okay.
Just before he does, I'm going to throw another healing word at him, this time at 3rd level.
Fair enough.
Just in case.
Yeah, it might be worth it.
I mean, as you're running, you get beamed in the side
8,
with the beanbag.
11. It's another 20 points of drink.
So he's nearly back up to full hit points.
Yeah.
Athletics, he got a 15.
Make it at disadvantage because you just got hit with a bag as you were running.
15 is the lowest.
15 is the lowest. That's just about it. You sort of take this hit, but carry on charging. Leap, grab hold of the net, and pull yourself up. And as the final contestant makes it to the other side, there's roars and cheers and congratulations. Things. The prince comes out. I'm kind of speeding this up because I want to go to bed. The prince comes out and pronounces you the winners of the event and gives a little speech about, though we barely saw it, so they lose points for style.
Oh yeah.
But all
style thing. Oh, well.
But all 3 of them made it, whereas the other team
An
took
hour.
more than an hour for one of them to make it. Easy victors. You're not called Victor. You don't have to change your name. Easy winners.
I like that better.
So the arena sort of just folds beneath the ground again, and it allows the path open so you can go and get beers, drinks, and drink. Girls.
I was going to say you can leave it there, DM. Always pick up
Yeah.
at this point.
I was basically finished at that point.
Cool.
So that was round 2.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Next
Thank
week,
you so
round
much.
Yeah, thank you, Martin. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
a lot of
very,
fun.
very quiet, Jordan.
We
Sorry, is that better?
That is a little better, yes.
we definitely owe Martin a sensible campaign at
We
some
do,
point.
yeah. Yeah, I think we
This
ought
has
to
been
arrange that at some
a
point.
bit much.
So,
Yeah.
yes, thank you, Martin, for
Yes.
being in charge of this, us three lunatics. Well
Chaos.
done for not trying to kill us in person as well as in character. We, of course, will be back very soon next week with this part 3 of this lunacy. The rest of this week, I think we have on Saturday, I believe, is part 2 of the Played a Handbook with their pirate campaign
It'll be
over at Role Playing
session
Gamers.
3.
Session
of
3,
the
I do
Tales of the
apologise.
Hyleria beginner. No worries. Be session 3.
Session 3. Sunday is back to Nexitalia,
It is, yeah.
I believe, where the gang gets back together, hopefully, possibly.
Yes, that's
You never
what
know.
they hoped.
That may or may not happen. Let's have a look. See, Monday is a Star Wars Day.
Monday is a Star Wars Day, yeah.
Awesome. Tuesday we are having a break from Hell Around Rising because of personal stuff. It's my wedding anniversary, so I will not be DMing that. So you guys can do whatever you feel. Then of course,
It sounded like you were going to say it's my wife's anniversary.
well, it is her anniversary as well. Do you have to have two for it to be the wedding anniversary? It does indeed take.
Stop it, Freddie. You're out of character now.
He can't help it.
That's not a character.
Yeah,
That's just Jordan.
yeah, exactly. And then, of
Yes,
course, we're back
exactly.
to Wednesday again.
Wednesday. Mhm.
So, yeah, have a wonderful week, everybody. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later, everybody.